Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you again so much for joining me here. Hoping a fantastic day, taking a look here at SUI, seeing what's going on. We're going to talk about the macro and also smaller time frame movements, but overall this coin is still looking very strong. We broke above and closed above yesterday's resistance at about 101. Basically, that's been a daily candlestick resistance closure for about 5-6 previous days straight. Well, not straight, but inconsistent. And now here today, so far, that looks like a pretty good sign. So closing above that level here today would be great. I'm still hoping for a 99 to a dollar, 99 cents to a dollar range as a potential entry. But either way, we may not get that, right, folks? Everything's looking pretty strong. Market's looking good. Bitcoin is rallying. Essentially, just swept this upper level of liquidation at about 60,000. And there's still a decent chunk left there for Bitcoin. And quick little heads up too, what was it, somewhere in the range of about 1.2 billion in liquidation at, or sorry, not liquidation, that's $1.2 billion in buying activity that just got flowed into that market, right? So again, that's a big deal there. Nice little profit there from Bitcoin, good 42% from our long from 3 days ago. We took some SUI profit recently as well. All targets achieved at 84%. I think our profit target was exactly that 99 cent, $1 mark. But the question I get now is it worth taking another long? So we're going to take a look at that and kind of see if that's worthwhile and obviously help understand best practice and big picture. Let's pull up some back-end data, see what's going on here first, and kind of reference this. And quick heads up, we're partnered with BTCC now, folks. Make sure you check them out, link down below. Phenomenal exchange has been around for like 13 years. They've been like the oldest exchange possible in the market right now. And I like to recommend them just because I like to have a secondary option for my day traders and my swing traders, because you should never be swing trading and day trading on the same portfolio. It's just not good practice, right? It's like having checking and savings just pulling from the same pool. Like, how are you going to save money if you're not going to be separating the two, right? Anyways, just some friendly advice there. Let's take a look here at SUI. Looking at 110 to 115 is that next area of liquidation. We got a good chunk, maybe about 2 billion in liquidation right at that range. We zoom out and in a little bit, we can see 700, 700, 600, 600. So like we're probably looking at more so like 2 to 3 billion between 108 and 115 as a rough estimate. Okay. So again, yeah, pretty solid amount of liquidation there up there at that level. So just know that's a possibility here for us. Okay. So taking a look at the daily time frame, we want to look at a few things first. Why don't we go ahead and start with our SMAs and just confirm where we're at, because we've been talking about this for a little while, but we're mostly good. And what I mean by mostly is majority of coins in the market right now are barely over the 20-day SMA. We can see here the 200-day SMA is hanging out at that 110, that liquidation range. But minus that, we have no other resistance in play. Okay, so it's a good sign. We're also honoring our ascending trend line here too. It's going to be a while before we break that. We're over 50 on the RSI, getting closer to 70, implying that we're hitting maybe a tentative top or a resistance range coming up. Obviously, we know that. That's where the liquidation levels are at, right? Liquidation typically forms at resistance and or support. We take a look here, though, TSI, we can see, doing very well. Same thing with the MACD. A lot of confluence here, giving us confirmation that further upside makes more sense, right? So I really don't see a lot of resistance here. Minus this liquidation range here, we're doing pretty darn good, right? A distinct probability we go further up, especially if Bitcoin can close at 59K or higher today. That to me is kind of like a nice little catalyst for the rest of the market, because Bitcoin dominance is super high. Normally, you start to see Bitcoin dominance come off or trail off on the weekends when we have a strong green day on Friday. So my anticipation is that we're going to see some altcoins continue to run this weekend, and we should be in pretty solid shape there. Okay, again, a lot of good stuff happening, but you got to recognize too, this coin is fairly overextended leading into this push, so it hasn't done a lot in the last 24 hours since Bitcoin's ramping up, but that's just kind of that calm before the storm. ICP is doing the same thing, and now it's breaking out, right? So again, a lot of reasons why. You got to kind of be patient and make sure you wait things out, because I'm not saying diamond hands are a good call, because that's just stupid, but what isn't stupid is basically just being patient and believing in the technical analysis until there is a invalidation. There's no reason to consider closing your position. Okay, sorry, again, going off topic here. I apologize. Let's focus on the 4-hour time frame. Everything's looking very strong here. We're below 70 on the RSI, above 50. That's always a great spot. Generally, staying on this side of the tracks is perfect. We can see stochastics trying to swing up again. TSI is tapering off, and MACD is trying to diverge, but hasn't yet. Okay, so this is basically just kind of letting us know that yes, we're overextended, but as we continue to maintain this range, there's more likelihood, more propensity for the price to go up than down at this point. So looking pretty strong here overall. I really like what I see here. Pending Bitcoin doesn't take a nosedive, we really are in good shape here. We should expect further upside. Do I expect the price to come down to this 97, 98 cent range where I have my alert set? I would say it's less likely. Okay. Again, me personally, I'd much rather wait for that opportunity and miss it than to jump in or FOMO into the top. But again, the way things are responding right now and the way the market's moving, a lot of altcoins are going to keep pushing like we're seeing right now, and it's a very, very good sign. Okay, so I do think we're more likely to go up than down at this exact moment. We can see the lagging span just became free and clear of the price action. We're still above the cloud, and conversion line baseline are intersecting. So we're seeing good momentum here. I would be very surprised if SUI comes any lower than $1 at this point. I think it's very, very likely we're going to see the price continue to maintain this range and leg up soon. Okay, so if you get lucky or we get lucky, we see a price point in the $1 range, upper 90s. I think that's still a solid consideration because we'd be honoring the ascending trend line still. Everything else in the macro looks very good. So I'd say averaging in between now and $1 seems to make a lot of sense. Okay, so again, SUI is looking pretty strong. All good things there. So thanks again so much for the feedback from my awesome community. Greatly appreciate y'all. Again, congrats on our community profit here as well. Super happy we caught that SUI long. I think we got in somewhere in the 70 to 60 cent range, if I'm not mistaken. I'd have to look back though. That was a few days ago. Last but not least, again, make sure you reference our playout charts here in our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. I give you kind of perspectives on coins that I'm looking to cover and take trades with. ICP is one of those, by the way. And I hope that you all have a good rest of your day. Deeply appreciate your time. Thanks again. We'll see you soon.